right, we'll be starting in just 1 second.
Yes.
Just getting everything loaded up and live and direct on all channels on IG and Facebook Live.
Hey, now.
Yes.
Welcome to this new day. In between time, how are you feeling? I like this orange.
Phenomenal. My orange likes you.
Oh, now.
It loves you. I'm looking all jazzy and stuff.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Copper Queen.
Hello. I have been called that in the past.
Yes.
And we'll get this space together for us.
Oh, yeah, definitely got to set the space, man.
True. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So how's everybody doing today? Yes. We have a exciting show for you.
Yeah, it's pretty loaded.
Exciting show. Exciting.
Yes, indeed. Okay. What we are saying now is Happy New Day with Ari J. Welcome to our 11th broadcast.
Episode
I like
11.
Number 11.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Happy New Day. Happy New Day with Ari J.
I think you're creating the jingle for us, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel the jingle. You feel the jingle? You feel the tingle? I feel
Here you go.
It's the tingle jingle.
Oh, okay. That's so it is.
The tingle jingle. Yeah, tingle jingle.
Hilarious. Okay. Well, anyone who is on the broadcast may see the title that we have there. And we're going to be talking about today heavy metals.
Ooh, heavy metals. What, the rock group? We talking about some rock music?
No, heavy metals in our body. Heavy metals in our body.
Heavy metals in our body.
And the effects. And foods. Not necessarily prescriptions. We'll get to that in a moment. But foods that will help to detoxify the body of heavy metals.
So we're gonna talk about how food can be thy medicine, huh?
This is true. That's what Hippocrates said.
Okay.
Let food be thy medicine. Yes, indeed. So I guess we could start about now, yeah?
Yes. Right
So,
about now.
welcome everyone who has tuned in.
Yeah, blessings everybody.
Whether you're watching us live or at your lunchtime, if you're doing what do they call binge watching?
Yes.
Where you watch them all at one time. We've received so many messages about how people watch, and any way that you watch is appreciated. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I guess we will get right on into it. Heavy metal exposure. There are so many heavy metals, and we have chosen 3 to focus on, ones that we know best. That is mercury, lead, and aluminum. These are considered heavy metals.
Right.
Yes. Okay, so we will start with lead. What we're going to talk about is where these heavy metals are found and what possible causes or what possible effects they have on the body, and then we're going to give the foods to share how to rid them of the body. So starting with lead, we've all heard before, or it's not rare that we've heard that lead is found in lead. Of course, lead is found in lead. Lead is found in paint. Also found in windows, and I am reading from my notes so I get everything correct. Found in our windows, car batteries, and even exhaust from leaded gas. That's, buses, trucks, so I would even say that would be in the air, airborne.
Yes,
absolutely. Because we
Yes.
drive past buses and trucks all the time. Right? Even toys and dust.
Toys?
Yes, some toys contain. And I remember seeing on the news, like, okay, these toys have been found with, lead.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you think the kids would be children would be off limits, but I guess, you know, in the name of the almighty dollar, somehow they decided to keep it there.
That is true.
Yeah, wow, breaking folks down that early. But anyway, I digress.
Yes, dust, lead pipes, food containers, and
What?
cosmetics.
Oh, wow.
Food containers.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And it's linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, and reduced fertility.
Oh.
That's just lead.
Wow. Wow. That's major.
Mm-hmm. And lead, there's also lead pipes.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's lead pipes, then there could be lead in your water.
Wow.
Contamination of lead in your water. And this is drinking water, and then you're taking a bath in the water. So just the exposure to lead, period. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then we have mercury, which is found in bigger fish. So your shark, tuna, swordfish, those have a higher concentration of mercury. And that's basically, that's mainly where you do find mercury, is in fish. And it's said that the bigger the fish, the more mercury exposure you have when eating it. So even we eat sardines.
Right.
Because that's the smaller fish.
Yes.
So that's less exposure to mercury. Okay, so the effects of mercury, gets together now. The effects of mercury is cognition interruptions, skin disorders, and of course it also does affect the kidneys. Okay, third, aluminum. Now, I'll stop there because we just talked about the fish, right? Then we have aluminum. What is usually found that contains the fish when we buy it?
Yeah, they're right there in those aluminum cans.
Double bad news bears, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we combine those two, and then there's also another option of getting or looking, you guys look for fish or canned goods in glass. That would keep the exposure of aluminum down.
Oh, okay.
Yes, just a little tidbit. Okay, so aluminum found in canned goods. Foil, obviously, we have aluminum foil. Food packaging, so even when we go out to restaurants, a lot of times they'll give us the aluminum container, and then it has the plastic on top. Yeah, that's aluminum exposure too. So what happens is the aluminum leaches onto the food. I'm going to give something for that to keep us from that aluminum exposure. The food containers, when we go out, take out, and serving dishes. Oh my gosh, we are upon, it's getting warmer outside. I don't have sleeves on today, right? Okay, so when we go to these barbecues coming in the next months or weeks or birthdays and things, we have these huge containers, foil containers.
Yes.
And that's where the barbecue goes. That's where the salad goes and things. Just be mindful that that is aluminum, right? And what we do here at home, what we do is use parchment paper in between the aluminum and the food to keep away from the leaching of the aluminum onto the food. Yes. What mercury does cause, aluminum, Alzheimer's. That's a big one. Right. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and MS, believe it or not.
Okay. Oh,
multiple sclerosis. Yeah, that's the heavy metal aluminum exposure causes those three things for sure. Okay, or has it been found to cause? Okay. Okay, then we have the foods. So we've gone through the three heavy metals, what they cause, how they can be found, or what they are found in. And now we're going to go over the foods that will help to detoxify the body of the heavy metals.
Okay, right on.
All right.
Yeah, freeze cream, what you got?
What I'm going to share is this. Okay, now we did share before, let food be thy medicine. So it's not necessarily that you have to go and have a prescription from your doctor, because you have the power in your, you have your purchase power.
Yes.
When you go into the store, these are the 7 foods. They're found at most grocery stores, and we can get this detox going. Okay, so the object of this is to clear the lungs, the kidneys, the intestines, and the lymphatic system. Because this is these heavy metals circulate through the body.
Oh, okay.
Now, number 1, 7 foods. Number 1 is blueberries.
Oh, blueberries.
That's on the grocery listing. Yes, blueberries. Yes, it's. I found out that it's actually a natural aspirin.
Really? What? Oh, okay.
Blueberries are considered a natural aspirin, so you may not have to go through the aspirin. You can just get wild blueberries, and all these things should be found organic, wild, just as pure as possible.
Right.
Okay, so as I said before, a natural aspirin, and it reduces inflammation, and the extract, blueberry extract, detoxifies heavy metals from the brain
Oh, okay.
and the lymphatic system, and helps with digestion.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. And then we have number 2, chaga mushroom. Yes, chaga, Chaga, chaga mushroom. And this is found on the birch tree.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And what it helps is to clear the blood of the heavy metals. As I said before, organic and raw.
Right.
It cleanses the liver and cells, and it helps to regenerate the cells.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay. 3 is lemons.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Like you have your lemon water and things, you have your lemons.
Yeah.
Lemons have a lot of vitamin C, as we know, and it helps to reduce inflammation, and it is an antioxidant as well.
Right.
So the lemons make the heavy metals water soluble. So with it becoming water soluble, it is easier to disperse and going into the digestive system, so you can eliminate the heavy metals from your body.
Oh, okay.
Number 4 is garlic.
Okay.
Garlic has many great properties. It helps to first, it helps to deter parasites.
Okay.
Right? And it also helps to clean the liver of the detox and to detox. Then we have number 5, flax, hemp, and chia seeds. Now, going into the fish products, this is high omega-3. So while you're doing your detox or cleansing, you can also have implemented omega-3s, just in case you're feeling that the fish or whatever, that is high omega-3, but the fish, because it can contain certain heavy metals, you can also use this in place of that to get your omega-3s. And it helps with fiber. Also, it's about elimination. Okay. Then we have 6, one of my favorites, what we always have, green vegetables.
Yes.
Green vegetables help the blood to detox. Purify the blood. And the major thing about green vegetables, the main thing is the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the blood of the plant. So where our blood has a lot of iron, chlorophyll has magnesium. So you want to have it, if you're magnesium deficient, you want to bring in chlorophyll into your diet. And it's pretty easy. You can just put it in your water, put it in your apple juice, whatever. It's pretty easy to take in. And also you have your greens, your kale and things that you can eat to get this chlorophyll as well. Okay, that was 6. We're going to go on to 7, beetroots.
Beetroots.
I love beets. Not in a can, but regular. No, I mean, I don't really do a lot of canned stuff, but beets, you get them there. You can roast them. You can do so many things with them. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about beets.
No, they don't.
But they're a blood purifier.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, usually the color of the vegetable is what it'll help with. So blood is what we know is red, and beets are red, and it helps with clearing the blood. Yes, so beetroots. Now, beetroots have vitamin B3, B6, and a lot of vitamin C. So then they also have minerals.
Okay.
Magnesium, calcium, zinc, and iron. And it helps the liver break down toxins, and it also has a lot of fiber.
Right.
And it helps with harmful toxins to get out of the body.
Oh, okay.
Outside of the heavy metal. So we have completed the foods, and as it was shared before with the digestion, elimination, healthy processing of the minerals and things, these are the foods, the 7 foods that can be brought into your diet to reduce something that we all have had exposure to with eating, breathing, and just living our lives, you know? So I will...
Yeah, wow, that was truly enlightening.
I trust that it has been.
Yes. Let food be thy medicine.
Yes.
Let food be thy medicine. You mentioned earlier on regarding water.
Yes.
Yeah, water. And so, yeah, heavy metal toxicity is so real. And it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. As far as one of the leading causes of disease and disorder within our bodies. And so there's so many diseases that can be attributed to heavy metal toxicity. The primary ones that primary cause, heavy metals, diseases that are caused by heavy metals. One of the 2 primary are dementia and Alzheimer's, the ones that we're most familiar with. I know they in the medical profession, they kind of point you in the direction as, it's something that just happens. Nothing just happens in this world. There's always a cause for everything that exists. And so we were born on this planet perfect in every way. And because of, our habits over time, things that we're exposed to, it moves us in a direction of disease. And so when you look at, if you're dealing with somebody that's got experiencing dementia, if they're experiencing Alzheimer's, chances are the root cause of that is heavy metal toxicity in the body. Also, other diseases that are caused by heavy metals, you're looking at gastrointestinal disorders, kidney disorders, challenges with the immune system, nervous system disorders, because you mentioned, MS and whatnot. And so a lot of the autoimmune diseases have a root in heavy metal toxicity. And so that's the reason why detoxing is so important to us, because no matter how clean our diets are, like our diets are solid, but we're exposed to the cell phones, and we got the cell phones right in front of us right now, our computers, exhaust from, cars, the things that are how our homes are constructed with. As a matter of fact, especially if you have like carpet, the materials that are used to make the carpet, I found that they are actually pretty toxic too. So everything that we touch, the hardwood floors, the materials that they use to make the things that make our homes, they actually can cause us. And so that's something that's the toxins are all around us. And so detoxing, having a regular detox program is key to clearing the system. And so, and then when you add in what you can do just day in and day out, our water, next to air, besides air, water is the most important thing that we take into our bodies. And so if our water is bad, it's just a matter of time before it starts to have an effect on every other aspect of our lives, because we need water to survive. Our bodies are primarily made of water. And so if the water that we're taking in is toxic, it's just going to take our bodies down and expose and then open us up to all types of diseases. And so if you don't do anything else, like, oh, well, I don't have time to detox and, or whatnot, I get it. Because there was we had to get to a certain point where we were detoxing regularly ourselves. But if you change your water, upgrade your water, you can greatly upgrade your life. And so if you don't do anything else, get a really solid quality water filtration system. And there are tons of different, types on the market at every price point. And so, and they all work a little bit differently. There's different sciences behind each one. And so what you want to do is, well, you know what? Reach out to us and we'll break it down to you or give you that, because all filters aren't created equal. And so for me to really go into a complete breakdown of all the different systems and the benefits and whatnot, that's a whole nother show. Maybe we'll look to do something like that and, cover that in the future. We are distributors for several major brands, so we have an understanding of how the different systems work at the different price points. And so a lot of people say, well, I can't afford that because it costs too much. And I'm like, well, no, we got something that, that'll work for you at that price point. Or, so just kind of, we have like the mild and the basic systems that will reduce the toxins from your water on a major level. And then we have the high-end systems as well. And we have whole house systems, because as people think about water, like, oh, well, I drink bottled water. Well, a lot of that bottled water has, plastics that leach into the waters and cause all types of issues. And so, bottled waters, yeah, they're good. I mean, if you don't have any other choice. But then when you think about it, when you make an investment in a water filtration system, a solid one, the price, it pays for itself in all that bottled water that you buy, within a couple months. And so, because like when we switched over, I said, oh my Lord, we really save quite a ton of money, because we drink a lot of water. We drink anywhere from a half gallon to a gallon of water a day each. So you can imagine what our bottled water bill was prior to that, having our own filtration system. And so investing in a quality filtration system, and plus the water that you're going to, if you have a solid water filtration system, the water that you're going to get is really going to enhance your life. The one thing you really want to look for when you're looking at water filtration systems is the hydrogen molecules that are created, how powerful it is based on that, because the hydrogen is what really heals your body and enhances your body. And so if you have a condition, it will over time help alleviate that. And then and then also it keeps your immune system high, keeps you looking young and pretty, And so water is everything. Water is life. And so if you don't do anything else, upgrade your water. That way you can passively, you'll save a lot of money because you'll make your money back within a few months. Because when you still really look at how much bottled water costs you, and now you have an unlimited supply of water from your tap, and then, it's, from a financial standpoint, it makes sense. And then from a health and lifestyle standpoint, you're going to drink the water anyway, so you may as well get the best water for less. And so it's just a no-brainer. And then you look at, how it enhances your life over time. Now your medical bills will be greatly reduced because a big part of, the diseases that the challenges that people deal with health-wise stem from the types of water that they take in. When you look at like women, especially with the BPAs that are in the water, the bottled waters, when it leaches into the water, it causes a whole host of feminine problems, uterine cancer, cysts, fibroid tumors, go down the line. I mean, when you really look at it nowadays, hysterectomies are at an all-time high. I've never, the women are having hysterectomies at a rate nowadays that it's almost like it turns into a situation of, who hasn't had one as opposed to who still does. And it hurts my heart because I realized that when I started to talk to different sisters and whatnot, and they're like, oh, they told me I had to take my ovaries. They told me I was like, wow. And then it hurts me because I realized that all that could have been prevented. And so, had we had a conversation prior to that all happening. And so I say what I say now, because it's not so much for us and me, us in this present time, but, for our daughters and our granddaughters. This is information that needs to be passed down because we want to because our goal is to create multi-generational health. Multi-generational health. And so it starts today. It starts right now. It starts with you and me. It starts with us. And so that we can re-educate the next generation so that, they can have a better quality of life. So not only are we improving our own qualities of lives, in the time that we have left, but, our babies and our babies' babies, And so investing in a solid water filtration system is key. You got to do that. It's a passive way to get it done, and it makes monetary sense because when you look at how much you're going to spend on that bottled water, especially some good quality bottled water, you can, buy a solid water filtration system that takes out the fluoride, it takes out the mercury and aluminum from the water. It takes out there's a whole host of toxins that exist in our water systems than the water that comes to our homes. And so, and then you can also have the whole house systems, which are rock solid because not only do you ingest water, when you drink it, you're ingesting water when you're taking a bath or taking a shower. And so your skin is the biggest organ in our body. And so don't think just because it's an outer covering that things that land on our skin don't affect us internally. And so, and then, we're washing our clothes and, everything. And so you want to have the freshest water possible. And so there are a lot of, multiple whole house systems that are solid on the market and whatnot. And like I said before, if you have the opportunity, to pick up a water system, do that, because that's a game changer. And so there's a couple, we mentioned, let food be thy medicine.
Yes.
And like I said, my spiritual teacher, my number one, the guy that really, put me in this space, the late, great Obalaji Kefren Rust. He shared with me two of his formulas that he uses, in particular for heavy metal toxicity, but they work across the board when it comes to, alleviating the symptoms from all types of diseases and rebuilding the body. The first one is the berry juice cocktail. Oh. The berry juice cocktail. And so it actually dovetails on your recommendations for the blueberries.
Okay.
And so it's it's a mixture of strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries.
Nice.
Yes, so that's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. And they, as we all know, berries are high in antioxidants. And so what happens is when you mix them together, they really go in, and they almost each one they operate in a synergistic manner, and it supercharges the healing properties, and it clears out the body, and it rids the body of heavy metals. For women in particular, if you're having a challenge with your hormones being out of balance, it is phenomenal for balancing female hormones. And so, but removing toxins from the body, and it's delicious. It tastes great. Yes, absolutely. Make sure they're organic. Got it always organic, the GMOs is better than not having any vegetables or fruit at all. But at all costs, always try to focus on the organic fruits and vegetables. So the berry juice cocktail is rock solid, and it's a tasty way of removing the heavy metals from the system, and also balancing hormones in women in particular. It's good for men too, but women usually receive the best benefit. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It's really good for women to drink the juice, especially if they're having a challenge with vaginal dryness, lack of low libido. The berry juice cocktail is, trust me, it'll definitely put some more fire in the kitchen. Yeah, it'll turn the heat up. So anyway, the next combination is the V19 Juice. Yeah, now let me preface you. The V19 Juice, what that is a mixture of 19 vegetables. 19 vegetables. And what happens is you mix them all together and juice them. And when you do that, now, I'll have to admit, it tastes god awful. God awful. But it is one of the most restorative, healing juices that you can ever have. It was a game changer for me. And so when it comes to heavy metal toxicity, it not only breaks everything down in your system, it also replenishes your body and repairs your body. It repairs every aspect, because it repairs every aspect of your body. And so what it does is it bombards the body with every single mineral, vitamin, enzyme, anything that can, antioxidant, anything that you can possibly need. And it bombards the body, and it goes through and it starts to heal every single thing. It clears the body out, heals, and then it starts to restore and enhance you. And so it heals you, and then it restores and rejuvenates you, and takes and it resets your body. And so Obalaji would say that, after, a person that were to drink that over a period of 90 days, it basically is like having a whole blood transfusion, because basically their bodies are reset, to, when they're like babies. And so it's a phenomenal tool. It helped me personally. I had a motocross accident back in '06, and my foot had spun. My foot had spun 180 degrees, and then inside my motorcycle boot from the accident, and they spun it back into place. And thank God, the doctor said there was a 1 in a million chance, but the bone set back right into place with minimal damage. But the thing that really was the issue was the ligament damage because they had gotten stretched so bad that they told me I would never be able to walk without a limp and without feeling some sort of pain. And they sure told me I'd never be able to run again. And so that was, that was devastating to me on top of the concussion that I had from it as well. But yeah, that was horrible. And so I used to have to wear two different size shoes. I used to have to buy two different size shoes because my right ankle was, my right foot was so swollen. And, that was devastating. And what ended up happening was, that's when Obalaji suggested, hey, brother, hey, Brother Love, that's what he used to call me, Brother Love. And he said, no, you take that V19 juice, it'll change your life. And I said, well, shoot, at this point, buying, two pairs of shoes every time I go to buy some shoes and, not being able to go down the stairs without pain. And then I had gained so much weight because I couldn't get out of the bed for months. And so, I was huge and it was a real ugly situation. And so after 2 weeks, I started taking that V19 juice. I looked up and I started walking in the mornings and it would hurt like heck going down the stairs. It would hurt like heck stepping off a curb. Heck, even just walking, period. And then over a period of about 2 weeks, the end of that second week, I was walking I remember that Friday I was walking and I jumped out of bed and I felt so good. I didn't even think about it. And then as I was walking out the front door, it hit me that, wait, I just went down the stairs and I was like, wow, I didn't, this is amazing. And then there was this big curb right out in front of the house because we lived at the corner. And I went to step off the curb to walk across the street. And I was like, oh, this is going to hurt. And I stepped down and I was like, oh, wait, I don't feel nothing. And then I was like, wait, hold up. The pain is gone. And then I looked, I was like, wait, my shoe feels loose. Because I remember I had to relace my shoe up tighter than normal. And then I started jumping up and down. I know my neighbors like, man, look at this crazy black man jumping all through up and down in the neighborhood. And I was just jumping and cheering like, yeah. And I ran. You swear it was like a movie. And I ain't never stopped running since. Yeah, y'all seen my videos from back in the day, running up them hills and stuff like that. You can't tell me nothing. So that V19 juice is the truth. Now, mind you, it tastes god awful. But, was it worth it? Yeah. Because, I got, it improved my quality of life. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes, we got to make sacrifices to get what we want out of life. And so, does everything that we do going to be, the most savory and tasty way of getting it done? No. But, I have my life back. I can go run with my son every day. I can go kick butt in the karate ring and, because we're heavy in martial arts and just living pain free is everything. So many people out there that are living in pain and, detoxing is key, and, my queen said, my beautiful queen mentioned, let food be thy medicine. Let it be thy medicine. And so the same ways that, that things that put us into this, had poor eating habits, are greatly attributed to, the challenges that we have. Heavy metals, that's like the silent killer. That's the silent killer because they're all around us in everything that we have access to, everything that we touch, in the air we breathe, and the things that we use. And so we have to be more mindful of, the heavy metals that, that are around us. And we need to do countermeasures to, to alleviate the symptoms because they're affecting us. I mean, disease is at an all-time high. It is. And so, we've got to, this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. Like, hey, just think about, the phones that we're on. That's toxic. But, it's a convenience. And so, are we really going to give up our phones? No. Because we've become too dependent on them. Technically, I really want to give up my phone. If I could just go back to a whole little well, maybe the push button, not the rotary phone.
That was fun.
Yeah, I know. I used to have my phone off for hours when I was a kid. Yeah, the phone be busy. My grandmother come down the street, be like, "I've been trying to call you," and I'm playing on the phone. Yeah, but maybe not the rotary though. The push button phone, because I remember life was just so much simpler back in the day. But when we talk about being efficient, we wouldn't be able to reach out to y'all on a daily basis without the technology that exists. Right. And so, given the fact that technology is an everyday part of our lives, and the materials we use, I mean, we gonna really just burn our house down and rebuild it? No. But are there toxic aspects of the way the house is constructed? Yes. And so the toxins are all around us. And so the number one thing we can do is detox on a regular basis. The passive way to get things done, and it also is more affordable. It's a cost effective is to get a water filtration system. Mm-hmm.
Keeping in mind that we are majority water.
Yes, absolutely.
So it would make sense. It
only makes sense
to have a water filtration system. And I know that you had a link that when you put in your zip code.
Oh, yes.
When you put in your zip code, you could see all of the toxins that are in your city's water.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, can I put that in the chat?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Can I put that in the chat? Let's see, chat. There it goes.
Yeah, so it's basically individual to your city, to your county. It shows all of the toxins that are in the water, and this may include lead, this may include mercury, this may include all of the things, all of the heavy metals, plus whatever toxins that are in the area.
Yes. Please check back right after we finish this show. I will add that link into the comments because that's really important to be able to check out and see you'll know exactly what you're dealing with toxin wise when it comes to the water that's coming into your home. And I know people say, "Oh, well, I drink bottled water," but are you taking a shower with bottled water? Are you taking a bath with bottled water? Are you cooking with bottled water? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I got a Brita filter. That's only taking out less than 0.25% of the toxins that's in your system.
Right.
Yeah. And so, so keep in mind, there's levels to this. And so you always want to be able to operate on the highest level so that your body functions functions at its best, and then you can live your best life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, definitely that's a phenomenal point. We'll definitely add in the water tester, because basically what they did is the scientists, they came in and they tested all the waters in all the major water districts across the country. So whoever your water service provider is, unless you live in some real remote place, it will have a breakdown of the water that comes in, all the toxins that are in the water that comes to your house. And you'll see for yourself. Like I said, we don't make this stuff up. We're researchers by nature, and that's what we do. We research, and then we share. Because the information that we know we feel, our family needs to know this information. And everybody needs to know this information because, quality of life is everything. And so, and our goal is to not only live the best quality, live, be our best, but help you do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we love you all. We love ourselves and we love each other and we love you all. And we just want the best for everyone. Yeah, because what does it say? People die for lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we share the information that that we study and learn, and make it readily available to you. Now you have a choice. Mm-hmm.
But when you know better,
You do better.
Do better.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else, baby?
I feel like we have covered everything
Yeah.
that we plan to cover and more.
Mm-hmm. I'll say so. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said,
Yes.
have a phenomenal Tuesday.
Yes.
We love you all.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and blessings.
Peace. Bye-bye for now.